Okay. Hello, students. I want to welcome you to this orientation and academic advising program. I also want to welcome you to thank you. And we have missed you, and I hope you have missed us too. I can see some people saying no. Let me welcome you back to school, to the beginning of the new academic session. We're happy to see you. I hope you had nice holidays. I hope you are back very well refreshed, to face new challenges ahead. Because I'm sure you are back here to face the challenges of a new academic session. Notwithstanding the pandemic, I hope you are all doing good. I hope you are all very healthy. And I'm sure you have all seen your performances from the last academic session. I'm also very sure that you would have learned a lot from the previous session, whether you were in year one or whether you were in year two. Let me also stop that to inform you, because I know quite a few of you will be surprised. I have taught, I think, the two classes. I'm Dr. Festus Olutoge. I know I've taught you. I'm now the new head of department. Our former head of department, Dr. Trevor Townsend, has retired. So that is why I have now been made the new head of department. As I was saying before, I hope you will use your previous experience in UWI, whether it was 1 year or whether it was 2 years, as a springboard for your future success. So I expect every one of you to come back fully charged and to try and build on what you have been doing before. I also want you to try and improve on your previous performances. It is very, very important, because it is what you take out of UWI that you are going to use for the rest of your lives. I also want to state at this point that you should also have at the back of your mind that you can be recalled back to campus at any time. Presently, we are still maintaining the status quo of what we did last session. We are still doing online teaching. And although the school has allowed us to come in for face-to-face laboratory interactions and field trips. But at this point in time, because of our mainly international students, the department is still a little bit hesitant. We are still looking at the situation, and we may still have to continue with the online demonstration and experimental work. Seriously speaking, we are all here, myself and the other lecturers. We are all here because of you. We are all here for your progress, and we will continue to assist you as much as possible, even more than what we did in the last academic session. As I said, we are still observing the COVID protocols and continuing with online teaching. And again, as I said, the situation is very fluid, and depending on what the government says, things can change anytime. So I want to advise you, remain alert and watchful, protect yourself. Health is wealth. Health is very important. Make sure you remain healthy, especially because of the intensive work that is in front of you. I am just giving you a welcome address. I am sure others are still going to, other members of staff are still coming in, and we still also give you up-to-date information on development with respect to your courses, respect to lectures, and with respect to the registration process. I also want to advise you, just like many of you did the last time, continue to keep in touch with us by mail or by phone or by any other means you see fit, particularly if there are any issues requiring our attention with respect to your studentship, to your lectures, and to all other things. We will try as much as possible to quickly respond to your needs. Like I said, once again, we are all parents. We want the best for you. And at the same time, we also hope that you will also attempt to put in your best. It's our delight to see you passing and to see you making very good name for yourselves. So we are going to try our best. I'm promising this session to make life as comfortable for you, to make life as easy as possible for you. But we are not running away from the fact that a lot is going to be demanded from you. So please get ready from the day 1, which will be 6th of September. Registration has commenced. I advise you to try and quickly do your registration so that you can have access to all the things, materials, equipment that you need to facilitate your studies and your success. Before I round up, before I surrender the floor to another person, I again want to again give you what I think are the tools for success. The tools for success are: one, try as much as possible to attend all your lectures. And wherever it is not possible, for one reason or the other, make sure you catch up with the recordings, which, again, as usual, will be domiciled on the course shell in my e-learning. Okay? Two, again, I want you to remember, and we have always said this, we are lecturers, although as much as possible, many of us are actually teaching. For every 1 hour of lecture, you are required to do 3 hours of study. Please have this at the back of your mind. Okay? Like I told the new intakes this morning, they are no more in secondary school. But you have had the benefit of experience of at least 1 year. So you know that what we do is give you the major points, and then we give you the bones, and then we give you some flesh, and then you try and provide the remaining flesh. And then my third point is my advice to you to make very good use of your time. Don't become all work and no play. And at the same time, don't become all play and no work. Try to mix everything together, and definitely don't overdo the play aspect. Okay? At the same time, you should also make very good use of the resources available to you, which include consultation hours, which will be given to you by your lecturers. You are expected to do this. Contact them. If you have any gray areas, I've seen situations whereby mere consultation with a lecturer was what caused major problem for the students. So please keep your lecturers, remain in touch with your lecturers. Also remain in touch with your course coordinators. And then, like I said, I operate an open door policy. You can, and this can be attested to by students who have contacted me. You are free to contact me at any time of the day or night, and I'll respond as quickly as possible. But at the same time, keep your level coordinator involved in whatever is happening to you, so that we'll be able to assist you as much as possible in the course of the academic session. Also, the library is there for you, and then there are so many other university and even other internet resources, which I am very happy many of you are already using. Because I'm sure I have been fortunate to even get some relevant materials, even from students, relevant ebooks. Because it looks as if students have the ability to perform miracles. They can get anything they want. So, and I've been happy, getting such, information. So I'm sure you'll be able to do all this. My fourth point is that I again want to advise you to be organized. Be organized, especially with respect to your assignment deadlines. We are going to have several assignments again, as usual. Perhaps, maybe you might consider getting a book, a small book, or something that you can use to prompt yourself, your memory, so that you know when each course is due, so that you don't have to start begging. It's better not to beg. It's better to just make sure you keep to the time limit, submit. Your lecturers are human beings and they know how to at least assist you whenever you need assistance. So please try and be organized. My last point is that you should, as much as possible, obey the rules and regulations set down by this university. Go get your faculty booklet, get the university booklet or manual, study it from front to back, know all the regulations, especially during the examinations or what we call alternative assessments. It has caused so much problem, you know, both for lecturers and even both for the students also. Please, if your exam is 3 hours and then you are meant to upload in the remaining 1 hour, we don't expect you to be telling us that when it was 10 minutes to, you now attempted to upload. You see, it's not fair. It's not fair on yourself. It's not even fair on the system also. And you now have to start setting up panels, you know, doing meetings here and there, you know, to resolve the issue. Please, try as much as possible. You know the regulations. Try and follow all the regulations. And by the time you do this, and by the time you put in your hard work, because I know all of you can do it, I'm sure at the end of the day, you are going to come out with outstanding successes. So please, let me once again, I will stop here. I will once again welcome you back and pray and hope that we are going to have an enjoyable and profitable academic session together. Okay? Us and all the lecturers together. So I hope we have a successful time. Thank you very much and welcome. So I'll still get back to you, but I want to allow other processes to take place now. So admin.
Thanks, Dr. Olotuj. Before we go on, could some persons put your full name on display, please? It's for the attendance purposes.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I will now put you on to Dr. Lee Leon. He is holding on for the level 2 rep, Dr. Kailas Banerjee. He will advise you.
Hello, good afternoon, students. As Ms. Jordan said, I am holding on for your level 2 coordinator, which is Dr. Banerjee, Kailas Banerjee. So I will just be reading off what the information he gave me to present to you. So he's welcoming you back, and in fact, I'll just read directly. It's a pleasure to welcome you to this orientation, and he appreciates your efforts, especially during this difficult time. However, we are still in the tsunami of COVID, as the virus is mutating with the new Greek alphabets one by one. You're already 1 year experience in the department and doing very well in level 1. But for those who have issues in needing advising and also selecting courses or trailing any courses with any prerequisite courses, please email your official transcript to Dr. Banerjee. I have put the email address in the chat. So please, if you are, you failed the course or you are trailing a course and you would like advising as to what to register for your level 2, semester 1, please send your unofficial transcript, which you can get on my, you could get online. Send it to Dr. Banerjee, and then he will contact you with the advice of what you should register for and so on. Also, after sending your emails, please send a WhatsApp text indicating your query. So at least he will also have another means of doing that you would like to be advised. His WhatsApp number, I am also going to put it in the chat. So once he reviews your case, he will contact you using WhatsApp or email and advise you as to what you should register for based on the course you feel or what course you are through, right? So this is all from the Year 2 academic advising, level 2. He wants to wish you all the best for the new academic year. I will also represent him for SIP, but when we get to that, I'll talk about the SIP for the Year 3s, the level 3s. So thanks again, and welcome back. Back to you, Ms. Jordan.
Thank you, Dr. Leon. Dr. Lam, Dr. Valeria Lam, level 3 coordinator.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Deborah Lam speaking here. I put my email and name in the chat once Dr. Leon had put in Dr. Banerjee's own. So that's my email. So just to start off with, I just want to welcome you back. Some of you I would not have interacted with at all because you really only see me in the coastal option if you choose to do that option in final year. So I am the exam coordinator for the level 3 students. So typically students going into their final year. So you'll be the students who may have courses trailing and etc. So of course, just like Dr. Banerjee, if you have any issues in terms of academic advising, what courses you need to do, then you can send me an email. You also should send me through your transcript and clearly indicate what the issue is, what the problem is. So you are aware that you're required to not overload yourself, so no more than 18 credits in a semester and no less than 9 credits. But of course, situations vary from student to student. So if you're not sure about something, then it is better to err on the side of caution and send through an email so you can get some guidance, rather than taking that upon yourself and then we hit some issue later on. Some points I just want to indicate for those of you who are specializing, those of you who are registered in the civil engineering program. So the options are there in the faculty booklet. You don't have any limitations on what options you can choose. For those in the civil with NVI, there's some restriction on what options you can select. So please pay attention to what is in the faculty booklet. And those are what you are able to take. You're required to take 2 options in your second semester. So from now on, at the start of the year, kind of have in your head what it is you would like to specialize in, what you would want to do, because that sometimes helps you in determining what you like to do in your SIP. So it's a good thing to start to think about that now. Some other points to note as you're registering, when you're registering for your SIP and design, remember which course codes you're supposed to be using. So if you're in the civil engineering, you know it's the 3014, 3015, and if you're, sorry, for design and the special investigative project, and if you're in the civil with NVI, then you're using the 3020 and 3021 course codes. So be mindful that you're registering for the right courses, because we may have some issues later on if you have to, when you come to graduate and having to change your registration status. All right, I think that is about it. I don't know if Ms. Jordan will highlight. I know a lot of queries come in terms of override, because some of you may be trailing courses. I'll ask Keisha if she could just highlight what is the procedure to go through that process in requesting overrides for courses. In particular, I know issues in terms of design and SIP. According to the booklet, you're required to pass all level 1 and level 2 courses in order to do your design and special investigative project. But students sometimes Okay, no problem, Manifa. So for just repeat, for the BSc with civil engineering, design, and the SIP, that's CVNG 3014 and 3015. And for the BSc with civil with NVI, that's the CVNG 3020 and 3021. So Manifa, just download the faculty booklet and look carefully at the code. So that is why I just want to reinforce what the head had just indicated. Download the faculty booklet, look at the course codes, and ensure that you're registering for the right modules, all right? So that we don't have any issues later on. Okay, so I was just talking about the design and SIP. So the normal requirement is that you have to pass all level 1 and all level 2 courses. If you look in the faculty booklet, you'll also see some level 3 courses that will have prerequisites. While there are some, we have the view that these courses will help in your foundation in level 3, you can request an override and justify it. And there's some criteria in order to review that case. All right, so again, I'll let Keisha guide you on what that procedure is. And you have my email. If you have any queries, please do not hesitate to ask me rather than wait until the end of the semester, the end of the year, and then we have an issue. So better you ask now and we try to resolve it as quickly as possible. All right, so again, that's all I'll say for the moment. I just want to welcome you back. It's not going to be easy. It's already difficult in level 3. Without COVID-19, and so you have some other layers of challenges I envision that you will have to overcome, and that is not something I take lightly, but try to keep us informed, let us know before, and the idea is to facilitate your learning, so you must also be part of that learning process. So if you have issues, please come. Let us know so that we can help you, so that you leave here with that knowledge and skill, so that you can go out in society and do what you need to do at the level that it's expected of you. All right, so I just want to welcome you again and hand back over to Keisha.
Thanks, Dr. Lam. In regards to the override, the prerequisite override request, I had sent out to the class reps the instructions on what to do. Hopefully they did send it out to the other classmates. You have to write a letter to the head of the department, a signed letter, attach your transcript, and submit these requests to our secretary, Ms. Alyssa Valentine, at civil.engineering@sta.uwi.edu. I will put it.
Keisha?
Ms. Jordan, we are not hearing you.
Keisha? We are not hearing anything.
Yes, sorry about that. I didn't know I wasn't hearing you all. Sorry about that. I don't know from which part I cut off, so I will start over again. The override, prerequisite override, you write a letter, address it to the head, and send all requests to Ms. Alyssa Valentine, the secretary, at civil.engineering@sta.uwi.edu. I have placed it in the chat. With respect to level 2, as I said before, Banner, they have some issues with splitting the year-long credits, and it will prompt you to request a credit override. And you will do that online. I will send the instructions to the class reps so they could forward it to the rest of the group. What again? If you're requesting any
Exemptions.
exemptions. Yes, exemptions. There's a form that as well was sent to the class reps. I will send it again. Fill out the form, attach your curriculum and your grades from your past institution and submit it to Ms. Valentine as well. Yeah. I think that's about it. I don't know, Mr. David Cuthbert, I don't know if you want to say anything. Our chief technician.
Okay, I want to just mention about SIP on behalf of Dr. Bernard.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
Yes, good day again, students. Dr. Banerjee is also the SIP coordinator. So he has given me some instructions, some welcoming remarks, as well as instructions for you. SIP is mostly a self-learning course where your selected supervisor will guide you in your research project for the academic year. His role, Dr. Banerjee's role as a coordinator, is to bring you into harmony with the undergraduate research. So he will be with you more like a facilitator, not a supervisor, but a facilitator. We will start our first session by the second week of this semester, the second teaching week of this semester. Please check the timetable so you will know when you have the SIP classes or SIP meetings. So far, we have received nearly 80% of the SIP proposals from our lecturers. And once all have been received, they will be made available to you before or by the first week of teaching. So you will see on my learning the list of SIPs and the list of the supervisors for that particular SIP. Please note that this proposal and research will be in accordance with the UB guidelines. So some of your research, depending on the guidelines provided by the ministry as well as UB, some of the research you are not being asked to come to the lab, or you will not be required to go and do field work. But this can change as your head of department said that it is a little fluid. Things can change in the next month and so on. So be aware of this. You need to select your choices from the list of SIP's proposals. If you have any proposal in mind, you can contact a possible supervisor, and then the supervisor will send the proposal to Dr. Banerjee. So you will have a list of proposed SIPs. If you have a project in mind, you can talk to the person you think is the best supervisor for that particular project, and that supervisor will contact Dr. Banerjee and make arrangements to make it a SIP project. We'll not be accepting any proposals directly from the students. You have to contact a supervisor. If you can find a suitable supervisor, then you can email Dr. Banerjee with the project, and he can suggest a possible supervisor for you. He suggests that he recommends that you select more than one project, and it is very common that one project can be selected by more than one student. All right? So always have a plan B and a plan C. So if project number one does not work for you, somebody else has taken the project, at least you have a second option or third option. He also suggests that you carefully read the SIP, the document on SIP processes on My Learning. So when you have registered for your course and you go to mylearning.com, you will see the SIP course, and then you will get information with regards to SIP. Please read up on the document entitled SIP process. This document is like the terms and conditions of your SIP. So he wishes you best of luck for the new academic year. Thank you very much. Back to you, Ms. Jordan.
Thanks, Dr. Leon. Mr. Cuthbert David, the Chief Technician.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the department once again. As we have known before, we always keep safety as part of our main concern once we're in the department. So when you're up and about and back and coming back to the department, we have to ensure that we keep you safe. So just to reiterate, we have an emergency plan in place where we all have to know how to exit our building and where do we go to our muster point. So in the case of an emergency, you will hear some loud blasts followed by scene safety wardens coming around and ensuring that they inform you that there is an emergency and it's time to exit the building. Once that happens, you have to pick up your most important stuff that you think that you don't want to get lost, for example, like your cell phones or your laptops, and you quickly, not by running, but quickly make your way down the staircases. We won't use elevators in this case because in case there's the emergency and there's a loss of power, you will be stuck in the elevator. So you come down our building stairs, either on the northern or southern side of the building. If you're on the northern side, you quickly go around the building. On the southern side, you come out the doors and both set of persons, once they're at the southern side of the building, head in a southeasterly direction to our muster point. Our muster point is located at the JFK car park. The green's right behind that area. That's where our muster point is. Once there, you stay within your group and it's like a buddy system. So you ensure that the person that you had sitting next to you is with you at all times once you're in that muster area. We don't want anyone leaving the compound or leaving the muster area because in case of an emergencies, the emergency personnel, for example, fire service might be running back into the building to look for someone who has exited the compound. So to keep safe, we all keep together and we wait until we get up or clear from the building itself. Okay, guys, back to Keisha.
Thanks, Mr. David. Dr. Javanka Smith, I don't know if you want to say anything on the design project.
Hi, good day, everyone. Well, we have myself, I have been in charge of design for the previous years, but this year we will have Dr. Cooper, Vincent Cooper. He will be in charge of design. Is he here?
Hi, I'm here, thanks. But I'm listening to you, thanks.
Okay. So as with SIP, the students will be contacted. You keep track via My eLearning. You'll be contacted to know when we would start our sessions. Sessions are going to be held on Fridays. According to the timetable. And we would start off the first semester. We're going to have the feasibility portion of your project. And then the second semester, which is a group component, so you'll be assigned to a group and you'll be working with groups. You would have specific supervisors, etc. And the second semester, you would have to select an individual component. So you will be given more information on that when we meet at your first session, as well as whatever information needed in terms of projects, etc. So that's it at this time.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Smith. The other thing, it may have students that are in the system that didn't come through with the same cohort. And it may be difficult to translate information. So I'm suggesting that you get in touch with the class reps. Please, especially during this period, you may be missing out on vital information. So get in touch with the current class reps. Yeah,
Could I just add something, Ms. Jordan?
sure.
Um, well, as Ms. Jordan said, the class reps, the easiest thing to do now is put your email address in the chat so people can have your email address to contact you. Also, as the chair of the Student Staff Liaison Committee, I am making an appeal to students to, if you have any queries, any questions, any concern, any issues, you tell your class reps this, you discuss with your class reps. So when I meet with them twice for the semester, I usually discuss what are the issues for each particular course. And they are the ones representing you. So they are not only giving their perspective, but they are also giving the rest of the class perspective on the course. So please feel free to tell them what you need to tell them with regards to any course you are doing. Any issues you have, it can be positives, it could be negatives, anything that's reported to them. So when I meet them, I can get that information and record that information and submit this to the head, and we'll take the necessary actions that needs to be taken to resolve or the issues that are highlighted. So please feel free to contact your class reps and have discussions with them and give them information with regards to what is happening with your course or the delivery of your course. All right, thank you very much.
Thanks, Dr. Leon. I don't know if it have any other staff members would like to contribute anything at this moment.
Sorry, excuse me, Deborah here again.
Sure.
I just wanted to clarify which ones are level 1, level 2, sorry, and level 3 class rep. I see Jessica Singh is level 3. I'm not sure Michael Guelmurphy is level 3 or
He's level
2.
3 as well.
He's level 3.
Kevin
Okay.
Smith is level 2 and Samaya is level 2.
Okay, thank you. Because sometimes I might email the class rep, so I just wanted to clarify.
Right. No
Thank you.
problem. Okay.
Hi, Keisha. I just have something else to say.
Sure.
On behalf of the faculty blended learning committee, so I'm a part of the faculty's blended learning committee. Students would have already received a survey to investigate their transition to this online platform. It is something that the faculty is doing. And so if you have not yet filled out that survey, asking you to or reminding you to please do so as soon as you can. Thank you. So if you have not received the survey, I'm going to share the survey in the link in the chat. And for those who may not have yet filled out the survey, if you can do so at your earliest convenience. Thank you.
Any staff members? Okay, any students would like to comment on anything?
Keisha, could you, do you know if the level 2s and level 3s class reps have photos? If not, I would like to get the photos, please.
Sure. Okay, Dr. O'Brien Delpesh, we will require a photo, headshot photo of the level class representatives, please. Hopefully, if you could submit it by the first week or next week, Dr. Delpesh.
You could send it to me, since most of them, the class rep has my email address, okay. And then I'll forward it to her.
All right, no problem.
So headshots as a passport size type picture of you, so we can put it on the website. Sorry, we can put it on the website to indicate that you are the level reps for that particular academic year.
Okay, students, you're on the floor. You could go ahead.
There's one thing again, just verify something. Miss Jessica, is this 20,001 or 2001? The email address.
It is actually 20,001, sir.
20,001. Okay, all right, no problem.
Thank you.
I'm seeing a question in the chat. Yes, Michael, year 3's class reps have to submit a new photo to me.
Students, any questions, queries? Registration begins
Yesterday.
as soon as I remove the academic advising. Hopefully by the ending of the day, you all can proceed to register. Yes, registration, then FEP.
Good day. Michael here, class rep PHU. I just want to clarify, it's passport size photos, right? As in,
A headshot. So this passport size and style photo doesn't have to be a passport size, but style to show your head and does you also show the shoulder. And that should be enough. Doesn't have to be a picture of your entire body. It's just the headshot area.
okay, thank you. Yes, another question I have, can you state the courses that the year 3 students supposed to be doing currently? Because I'm looking at the booklet that they gave us from the beginning of the degree. And some of the courses, I think we did already. So could you just clarify that, please?
Okay, I'm gonna try here. Michael, it depends on when you came in. So from 2019, 2020 new intake, then you will have certain courses that you will pursue in this semester. So it will exclude, I think, the engineering course for that new intake, because you would be now going into level 3. But of course, there would be students who were in the system prior to the 2019-2020 intake. So they will have to complete 97 credits. So new intake students from 2019-2020 will have 94 credits to complete. So the courses are different. So if it is that, it depends on the year that you entered into the program. So I want to answer your question, but I want you to tell me, if you tell me what exactly you are trying to clarify. Is it that you were in the 2019-2020 intake? Hello?
Yes, Miss, I believe we were in the 2019 intake.
So you were talking like building services management. You should not you would have, I'm not sure which courses you're talking about that you're repeating though.
No, I just want to know the standard courses that we're supposed to be doing,
Yeah.
because yeah.
Dr. Villarreal, Dr. Lam, he was in, he did environmental engineering last year. So he
Okay.
would have been in the new curriculum, our new curriculum. So whatever should happen for level 3 students in the new curriculum, that's what he's doing. I think the only issue really is whether you're doing civil with environmental engineering or civil engineering. That is the only option you in fact have in the first semester. We perhaps would want, there is something on the screen now. It's a little bit, so if you can indicate if there are some issues you're seeing, if there's some uncertainties that you're seeing with the courses there, just let us know and we can perhaps thrash it out.
In addition to the design project and the SIP, you have to register for.
Michael, are you with us?
I'm not sure.
Right. No, yeah, those courses are correct. So the only discrepancy would have been the environmental engineering, because
Okay,
that's on the paper here, and I was just making sure that we don't have to do that. But
Yeah,
we did
that's,
it in
that's
semester two.
behind you now, man.
Yeah.
I just want to clarify one thing. The booklet, as up until yesterday when I tried to download the faculty booklet, was the former version and it had the Envi engineering on it. But the new version for 2021-2022 booklet, that's the version I want you to look at. If you came in 2019-2020, then you should download the updated faculty booklet 2021-2022. And that has the list of courses, and you will see in that one the Envi Eng is not there. So I know it was not available up until yesterday when I checked, but it should be available to you. So download the updated version of the faculty booklet to guide you. That is for the 2019-2020 intake students. Does that help? And thanks, Dr. Cooper.
And since we are on the courses for level 2, if you want the screen, these are the courses you should register for. If you are not training any courses, or if you have not filled any year 1 courses. So these are the courses you have to register for this semester. All right, so you have 2 year-long courses. You have to register for it from this semester, as well as the other 5 courses.
Is it okay if I answer a question, Keisha? I see Jeremy Bryan has a question in the chat directed towards me. I mentioned the minimum credit requirements. So as I said, some of you will have courses that you're trailing, in which case you have no option but to just do the courses that you have outstanding. So it may be that you don't meet the 9 credit requirement, and that is okay. But you need to notify the department. Just simply indicate that this is the situation. Just notify the department in that case. So if you write to me, we just want to notify the department that this is the situation. But that doesn't mean you have to make up courses to meet up the 9 credit minimum requirement. If it is, you just have 1 course that you have to do this semester, then you just pursue that course. You may choose to do co-curricular courses to augment your time, but just remember, any co-curricular courses do not count towards your degree. Only the courses that are prescribed for you for the program will count towards the evaluation or the calculation of your GPA. So if you do additional courses that do not count towards your program, they do not count towards the calculation of your GPA. So I just want to emphasize that. So there may be issues where students trailing and they do some additional courses that are not part of, let's say, the BSc with Envi program. It will not count towards your GPA. All right, so it may show on your transcript, but we have to look at what program courses that you are prescribed or designated to take. Any issues, of course, defer to the department and then faculty if we have any issues, but that is the general rule. Just stick to the courses within your program. You're not allowed to repeat courses. Any repeated courses just will be removed from your record before your GPA is calculated, because that's in the regulations. Once you pass a course, you pass it. All right, so I just want to emphasize that, because if you repeat courses, that second or whatever third attempts do not count. All right, I just answer that there.
Ms. Jordan, there is a question from Iran George.
I direct message him.
Dr. Cooper, can you answer the question from Ms. Bosad?
Which is, I'm not.
I think she's trying to differentiate which is the main course that will differentiate from civil event by and civil.
Right. I know there is one course that distinguishes the program, and that is one called Design of Environmental Systems, CVNG 3016. That is done instead of CVNG 3003, Structural Design. So if you wish to get a degree in civil with environmental engineering, then the course that you have to register for is CVNG 3016. You do not register for CVNG 3003. That's one. Also, if you're doing that program, when it comes to the engineering design, you're registering, you will see available to you a course with course code CVNG 3020. That's the design project that you must register for. And for the SIP, you should register for CVNG 3021. Okay, so I guess I might have misled you. There are 3 different courses that you're registering for. Materially, the design project and the SIP are conducted in the same way. All right, it's just that the type of project you do and the focus of your design project and SIP would be along the lines of environmental. Okay, on top of that, as I said, just to repeat, you do not register for 3003 structural design. You register for 3016 design of environmental systems. Semester 2 we'll deal with when we get to that when you reach there.
We will send a list to the class reps of the courses that the civil students and the civil with advice students are supposed to register for, to make it a little easier for them, I think.
Just want to answer a question, let's see, from Amir Khan. You could just send an email in terms of, I gather you're referring to consultation in terms of academic advising. So you could just send through an email and we'll arrange a time. There will not be a group setting again. So you could just send me through an email and we could just arrange a time for us to review your case. Or you could send me an email, and if I can reply one time, I will do so. I hope, Amir, that answers your question. I see a question from Karen Gordon. Kisha, I see Shane Bonito was asking about a change in degree request. But before you answer, I just want to answer the question from Karen Gordon. I just want to reinforce that, as I said in the start, some of you who's supposed to be entering level 3 may be trailing courses in level 2. And that's why I made the reference to asking for an override. It is not normal, depending on the courses that you're trailing. The design project and the SIP project might have different restrictions. So, like, for example, if so the department might review your case. Each student will be reviewed individually, And if you're trailing level 2 courses, as I said, you're not generally required to pursue your SIP and the design project. But if you have a case and you want to make it, Ms. Jordan had sent you the guidelines for an override. You will be required in such a case to request an override before you register for the year-long courses. So, well, Karen, I see you responded to me, Vince. All right, so Karen, if you have a special case, please direct it towards take the procedure, or you can liaise with the head of department, Dr. Lotoge, if you have a special consideration, and be guided by the head in that case. I'll pass over to Ms. Jordan now. There's a Shane Bonito wanting to ask what's the procedure on changing your degree.
Yes, I responded to him. Yes, changing your degree option, you write and request a letter and send the request to Ms. Valentine.
Keisha, I can't answer this question here from Fana Wiggins. They're asking about the GUM 2015 and the practical component. Is that something that will be addressed from the Department of Geomatics?
Yes, geomatics. That we wouldn't be able to answer that. That will be geomatics.
For the level 2 representative, just to keep you informed, in the department OSH committee, so that is the Occupational Health and Safety Committee, with Mr. Cuthbert and myself, and we also have to include the level 2 representative in any meetings that we have. So we may actually reach out to you for a meeting whenever that time is appropriate. So just keep that in mind. The level 2 representative is also a part of that committee, comprising of myself, Mr. Cuthbert David, and Mr. Cuthbert David, all right, on the OSH committee.
Admin? Keisha?
Yes.
Any other?
I don't know if any students have any more questions.
Any other questions by our students? No questions?
Head, just letting them know that teaching starts on the 6th of September.
Yes. Yes, please. Teaching starts on the 6th of September. And I want to advise everyone to try as much as possible to complete the registration before then. If you cannot, don't worry. We'll send the links for the lectures as we did in the last semester, last session to you. But please, it will be to your benefit if you can complete the registration, because there are so many other things that you are going to benefit from the completion rather than just attendance at lectures.
Keisha, just to confirm, what is the final date for the override request? Do you have that in hand?
I would like to have it probably the first week in September, all requests, because I did send it out to the reps pretty early. And this is just to avoid the late registration issues. So if we could have all requests in by the first week of school, it will be greatly appreciated.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, Lee.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'm just going to answer about my lab. For CVNG 2009, there will be no physical lab. It will be virtual labs. I believe it might be the same for CVNG 2005. But the head will give you a little more details on what the guidelines of what the university has given with regards to labs.
Just to back, okay. I just wanted to back what you said, that for now, there will be no labs, for now. But we don't know what will happen in 2 or 3 months' time.
So virtual labs for now, students.
Dr. Lutoge, Adriel Singh has a question. He wants to know if final exams will be online.
Well, it is a difficult question to answer at this point in time. You should also recollect that many of your courses that you used to do final exams before were actually converted to 100% coursework. So it is difficult to predict what is going to happen for any course at this point in time, except for the traditional coursework courses, which we are sure will continue as coursework. But for the other courses, at this time, we cannot say. It may come in 3 versions. The first version is that we'll soon be notified to decide how the courses will run or how they will be examined. And at the point of, decision, maybe that will be maybe early in the semester, then we probably know which courses will be converted to coursework, 100%. You know which courses will be final assessments. But it is those final assessment courses that can actually be converted to face-to-face exams. So like I said in my address, we are still waiting and watching to see what the Ministry of Education and UE management and the national government, we are still waiting to see what will happen. So, but my present prediction is that it is likely that we repeat what happened in semester 2, so that you either have full coursework or you have alternative assessments, which will be online. Any other questions?
Dr. Lutoge, there's a question in there from Giselle. Okay, Giselle Gravenzand. The question is concerning the GOM course, the geomatics course. If they are told that labs are going to be compulsory in person, and she being a regional student, will there be any disadvantage to them? Will they automatically be trailing behind? So that's she just wanted to know, I guess, get some assurance that they will not be adversely affected if suddenly they have to do certain components in person.
No, yes, we will not, nobody will be penalized. At the faculty briefing that we had, The worst case scenario, the worst case now is that the results will be labeled incomplete until you are able to come down to Trinidad to come and do the lab personally. So nobody will be, we have said it, nobody will be penalized. Geo is out of our hands. It's a different department completely. And there's nothing we can do. We cannot hinder their decisions. We cannot preempt their decisions. If it is convenient, if they say it must be face-to-face, which I quite agree with, because it's a difficult course. It's a difficult field work, lab work that you just have to be on the field. I understand with them. So in that case, if you're unable to come, that component will be kept waiting for you. And I'm sure, I'm very hopeful that by the time we enter semester 2, I'm sure it's likely, most likely semester 2, depending on the developments worldwide, definitely will most likely be blended. Because I see the pandemic receding, and I am hopeful that life will soon get back to almost normal. So that is the scenario. The result will be incomplete. You will not be penalized. Definitely, they will not score any student 0 for being absent. So that is I hope that satisfies you.
Just want to answer a question here, Dr. Lochoge. Jonathan Ali, I am Deborah Viralam. I'm the level 3 coordinator. I see you asked who is the level 3 coordinator, just confirming that I am the level 3 coordinator. And I see Shane Bonito had asked what was the level 3 experience like last year. I'm just going to say it's going to be different for different people. So I don't know if you know someone from last year, if they can tell you what the experience is like, but everyone will have a different experience. So I don't know if anybody else wants to add to that. I know it's a lot of hard work with design, SIP, and all the courses, but everybody will have a different experience. So I don't know how to answer that question.
Well, let me try to answer it. I want to believe that this year will be better than last year. Because one of the problems for last year was that it was the period of heavy lockdowns all over the world. So it was difficult for students to get access. Some were even unable to get sheets of paper to buy, to purchase, to do their work. That was how bad it was. And we are hopeful and we are prayerful that things will keep on improving. And now there is some freedom of movement, although it's not yet 100%. And then many people are no more dying. So that is why I'm saying that the experience this year will be better than the experience of last year, because we keep on hoping that there will be continuous improvement in our lives. Any other questions? Okay, so can we bring this to an end, admin?
There's one question.
Okay.
The students would like to know, it's from Dylan Ramuta. Would like to know what consideration has been given, or I guess would be given, for students who are affected by unstable internet access.
Well, I think that would be taken on a case-by-case basis. Each case will be treated on its own merit, because we have had students, I have had students anyway, who maybe because of unstable internet connections, we probably allow them, maybe they want to submit an assignment or they want to submit an exam, probably give them the benefit of doubt to do that. But at the same time, we want our students to be very honest with us. So, and that is why we are saying that if you're having exam for 4 hours, if you have exam for 1 day, 24 hours, so the exam is not strictly for 24 hours. Because when we started with 24 hours. And many faculties in U are still operating 48 hours. The exam was for 3 hours. And you add so much time to submit. And yet, people are unable to submit on time. So what we are saying is this. Depends on the merit. We'll look at the situation and then we'll take our decision. So because we know it's a possibility. It's very possible for internet to be unstable. Even with us, who are lecturers, sometimes they come around to carry out repairs, and during that period, we are offline. So it is a possibility, but it will be taken on its own merit for each person. Attendance, yes. Again, attendance is also a very funny issue. Sometimes when we finish lectures, maybe you have people attending the class, you discover that when the lecturer wants to log out, you see have maybe about 3 or 4 students who are still online. Obviously, they are not where the lecture is taking place. Well, there's nothing we can do about that. We still go by your online presence, okay? So to register your attendance. So once you are online and you use your real name, your full name, okay? Your full name shows, okay? Then it means that you have attended the course. And it's still the same, old percentage, 75%. Well, internet goes down, unable to attend the class. I don't think it will have serious effect because 1, the lectures are recorded. So that means you can still benefit. You can still have your own class at your convenience. And secondly, I don't expect, by the laws of statistics and percentages, I don't expect you to be unable to attend more than 25% of the class due to internet going down. So that is my perspective, okay? So you still get to attend the lecture later, and it still should not, if that is the sincere reason, it should not affect your attendance. Because the attendance required is not 100%, it's more like 70%. Any other questions? Please prepare for your lectures on 6th of September, please. And you know the thing with UE, once the ball starts rolling, it continues rolling until December. It does not stop. It will not stop. So be prepared to take on assignments. Be prepared to take on deadlines of TPA. My economic will not be required to do. I don't know. Admin, please. I don't know. I can't answer this question.
The department, no faculty, unfortunately, deals with finances of the university. But
Okay.
however, I will try and get some information with this new system, prepay, and I will send it to the students.
Thank you. Any other questions? Okay. Okay, admin, can I round up?
Pardon me?
I said, can I round up? Can I round up?
Yes, yes, sure.
Can I? Okay, okay. So, I want to once again welcome you back home. You are back in your department. I wish you an exciting period ahead. Feel very free, please, to contact any of us at any time if there is any issue. The interaction of today is, I believe, a minor one. The one that is going to go on throughout this session is the most important one. So please, if you have any issues, if there are any difficulties, please quickly let us know. We are here to assist you. Okay, so I will do everything possible to do that and to make sure that you perform very well and to the best of your ability. Okay, and if you can foresee any problem, as in the future, you can foresee that something will probably become a difficulty, please quickly identify it and quickly let us know. So welcome back. Wish you an exciting time ahead. We'll try our best for you. We also want you to be very cooperative and also try to assist us. Please attend your lectures, do your exams, submit your assignments at the appropriate time, and I'm very sure you're going to graduate with flying colors. Thank you very much. And we now start meeting in the lecture rooms. Bye-bye. Thank you, everybody. Bye. Thanks.